I think it's, I still feel like country music was built on songs and songwriters, and for me personally, it's a really cool tradition, and especially to feel like I'm a part of something that's big as well. So I think it's just a fun time to be able to celebrate songwriters and songs and the things that people listen to and the songs everybody's singing along with. So it's a great chance to get together and kind of celebrate that stuff.
Our whole entire city and industry is built off of songwriters. So not only to have one night, but 3 nights of honoring the songwriters is still too little, if you ask me. So we're all happy to be here and see our friends shine.
Well, exactly what you just said. Songwriting is the heartbeat. It's the core of what we get to do here. Honestly, there would be no songs on the radio. There would be no songs to play live, to sell tickets for, and all this stuff if it weren't for the songwriters. So I really am excited to be here tonight, get to honor Tracy Berg and all the amazing songwriters that have crushed this past year and so forth. So it's very important. It's really awesome that Nashville gets together to celebrate the people that are, the reason for us to get to do all of these things.
Well, we need songs and we need great musicians to play on those songs. So that means songwriters and pickers. And to me, that's what built this town. And for me personally, the BMI Awards were the first experience I ever had at a red carpet event, big industry event. And I remember it being my first big goal in my mind to someday be honored at one of these. And so I think about all the inspiration over the years I've drawn from being at the BMI Country Awards, and it's always that way, like the first time. Even now, living in Nashville 17 years and having received awards and everything later, I still feel like a kid walking through the doors here.
Well, it's always great to be at the BMI Awards. I've been here. I've been in Nashville for a long time, and I've been to a lot of these. Never gets old. Get to see a lot of old friends and some new ones, and it's just a great event.
Absolutely. Songwriting was my first love when it came to music. I fell in love with telling stories. That's just what I've loved to do, and the music came after that. So I think it's super important to honor those that are actually behind the scenes of making everything what it is, because it all starts with a title and then starts with a chorus and then everything else it builds out. So yeah, it's super important. Absolutely.
Songwriters are, behind the scenes quite often. We're in rooms, we're drawing from our lives, we're coming in trying to create something that an artist might resonate with or cut. So when that happens, it's just amazing, to be recognized. And it's not that we do it to be recognized. We love it because it's a passion. But it sure is nice when stuff like this happens. So, just thanking God for everything. And,
Man, this is the one night a year, kind of the week, but the one night a year that we get to come out here and praise and get our hands up and just celebrate the songwriters in town. The whole town's built on the song, and all these songs are on journeys. Some of them may be on an album today, some of them may never be on an album, but they're all
take
important.
5 years, like some of ours. So
yeah,
you just never know. And it's also cool because I think the world right now needs the music and the songwriters, and we need to stick up for our songwriters because they're not getting what they should get. They're not getting the respect that they should get.
It's getting tougher and tougher every day.
We're going to be going to DC. We've made it a pact this year, coming up in 2024, to head to DC. We've got some friends that are politicians that are going to help us out. We got some other celebrities that want to help us out. We're going to go in there and we're going to, songwriting's not a hobby. This is a job. And people love it and they live off this. And we started as songwriters. So we know it. And still to this day, we're putting an album together right now and still accepting the best song. We don't have to write the song. So it's cool. We listened to 3 or 4 today and put some on hold.
It's one of my favorite award shows to be a part of, simply because these are the people kind of behind the curtain that you don't necessarily know about, and when you have somebody that has a #1 song, it's nice to be able to kind of honor everybody involved and hear them tell the stories about how they wrote these songs.
Well, Songwriter's where it all starts, and Nashville's that kind of town. That's what it's all about. It sounds cliche, and it is, but this is where it's at. So I'll come here and work about half the crowd and go like, hey man, you got a song or anything we can throw out that you're not giving to some hot young act? And that said, Garth and I have got a single out, just came out last week, unbeknownst to me. They said it was the most added song in radio. So I don't know. You can't make all this stuff happen and stay at home and sleep under the bed, And I'm probably the most prone to do that. So I push myself to come out and love it when I do.
First of all, the fact that you just asked me how does it feel being here year after year says so much. And for me, this is one of the biggest nights of the year, especially for songwriters. Definitely for the artists that are here as well, and saying that as myself as an artist who also writes and produces. The fact that BMI goes out this hard for songwriters and to show them that love that they deserve is so incredible. And that's what made me want to be a part of BMI, wanted to make me a part of this evening. And I'm just glad now I get to come here and wear one of these. So.
Oh, everything. I think the songwriters and the songwriting community is the pulse of Nashville. Without songs, what are people going to sing? And getting to be on both sides of it as an artist and a songwriter, I recognize and appreciate the songwriters because I'm willing to cut outside songs because they rely on songs getting cut. But I also rely on people cutting my songs. And it's a beautiful little relationship, a little marriage we have here in this town. I think that nights that honor songwriters are a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I mean, for me, songwriting's I always say it starts with a song and it can end with a song, and a great song's a great song, and it's why I'm here as an artist too. And I always think of myself kind of as a songwriter first, and appreciating the craft. For me, it's always the songs that are super honest and vulnerable. That's something that I've always been gravitated towards, and something I'm very passionate about. So it's cool to see, so many people that I've idolized for so many years, and getting to be here with them.
Well, because all the songs that you hear were written by them. And if you love a song, you can thank a songwriter.